Hey guys, this is Jason with Air Factory. Thank you very much for coming back. I know it's been a while since I posted. Been working some things out with the channel and changing some stuff, as you can see, a little bit better than just using my phone, trying to upgrade things. Thank you again for stopping by. If you're new here, thanks for coming by. And, just want to put our hat in the ring as far as FragCon goes, connect with each other and appreciate this art, this fragrance. So thank you again for coming by. Today's list is top 10 designers, holiday scents in my collection. Not the top 10 ever, but the top 10 in my collection. First one on the list is going to be John Varvatos Original. This is an amazing scent for what it is. This is not that expensive. I believe $34 or $40 on FragranceNet at the moment. Notes of leather, dates, vanilla, fur. This is a classy scent that has some, it's a little bit playful. My wife happens to love this one, which honestly doesn't happen that often. So this is a really good one, guys. Check this out. Next one on the list is going to be Spicebomb Extreme. If you know anything about Spicebomb, then you know that this is, heavily hyped fragrance. This is worth it though. This is, vanilla, tobacco, bourbon, saffron. This is, even though it's heavily hyped, like I said, I do think it's worth it. This is not tobacco vanille. If you hear somebody say this smells like tobacco vanille, it's got some similarities, but this is not tobacco vanille, guys. This takes the original Spicebomb DNA and makes it better, essentially, I think. Another option, this isn't in the main list, but another option is also infrared, which honestly I find myself reaching for a little bit more than extreme right now. I don't know why. I didn't think I would when I first got it. But this adds the chili pepper note. And honestly, it gives it like this playful bubble gum, which doesn't sound appealing. First, when I heard that, I was like, I'm not going to like this at all, because I'm not a fan of bubblegum style fragrances. I'm just not. Occasionally, you'll find one that does it well, and this one does it well. This one does it almost like a cinnamon gum or a big red gum type of thing, which some people have said before. But this really works. It really does. This is another one to try. Not in the main list. I'm cheating. I know I'm cheating, but it's my list. Next one is going to be Bvlgari Man In Black. This is along the same lines as Spicebomb, but this is different. This is, you've got that benzoin, you've got iris, you've got tonka bean, you've got tobacco, leather. This is a very classy one that, like I said, is along the same lines as Spicebomb, but it's different. It really is. This is a little classier, I think. Seeing this, people talk about this a lot more for a good reason. This is a really, really good one. Try this one out. And along the same lines, I'm cheating again, is Man in Black Orient. This one right here adds oud. I prefer this one more than Bvlgari Man in Black, the original. I don't really know why. When I first got this, I didn't really care for this one that much. And it didn't perform well either on me. Now it performs great. I don't know if I was just nose blind at the time, because I got it at the same time when I had COVID and I was recovering. So that probably played a little bit of a part in it. I couldn't smell it very well, even though I could smell the original one a lot more. But now this one performs a lot better on me. I prefer the scent profile of this more, even though I still love the original. So keep that one in mind too. Next we've got Jazz Club by Maison Margiela. This was the first niche, I guess you could say, fragrance that I purchased. My wife actually had a sample of this from a Sephora, one of the Sephora kits. And when I first smelled it, I didn't care for it. And to me, it just smelled smoky, and it just smelled like it said, you know what I mean? But I was able to eventually appreciate it for what it is. This is a very wearable version of what you would say a jazz club would smell like. So a very wearable, mass appealing tobacco, rum, vanilla Styrax, some of the notes in that. Nerolian lemon at the top too, but you get a very wearable version of some other fragrances where you get the real dark and real dirty aspects of what a jazz club, what you would think of when you say jazz club. The smell of a jazz club, got the cigarettes, the alcohol, the atmosphere. This is a wearable, very wearable, massive appealing version of that, and it's spectacular. It's one of my favorites. I can't get enough of it when I wear it. I've gotten quite a bit of compliments with this too. My wife loves it. A lot of other people, family, they've enjoyed it. So check it out if you haven't. Chances are you may have already tried it. Next, Jesus del Pozo Tobacco Wood Nights. This is a Middle Eastern exclusive release. However, I've seen it become available quite a bit more over here now. I had to purchase this from United Arab Emirates. I think it was FrenchFragrance.com. Not sponsored or anything, but I had to purchase this from them. And it wasn't that expensive. I think it was $50, $60. Of course, you had shipping. You couldn't find it over here. This is amazing. This is easily the best fragrance that I have from the house. And I have some vintage ones, Quasar and other things like that I enjoyed from when I was younger. But this is absolutely phenomenal. You've got notes of cinnamon, bergamot, nutmeg, clove, leather, tobacco, tonka, labdanum, woods, patchouli, among others. This is outstanding. I get more leather than I get tobacco, but on the opening is fantastic, and the tobacco comes out as it dries, and this does change. This is not just you spray it and that's what it is the entire time. It does change, and longevity is very good with this one too. So if you can find this, check this one out. I don't think this one's too expensive. I could be wrong. Last time I checked, this was $50, $60, something like that. And you can find it a few places. I haven't checked in a while though, but this is a sleeper. Really, really good one. Next, we've got another hype beast, Issey Miyake Noir Ambre. This is a great fragrance. I will say I think it was a little bit overhyped. I went out of my way to purchase this, but I didn't get it for a bag price. And this was well worth it. You've got amber, saffron, cinnamon, nutmeg, leather, cedar, papyrus, vetiver, amber, vanilla. Outstanding. This is outstanding. I would definitely try this. And if the prices are up right now, I see if you can get a sample or a decant, try to get a sample or a decant first. Chances are you're going to like it though. So check it out. Try it. Next, actually, this is along the same lines. I'm cheating again. If you can find this one, Pulse of the Night, Issey Miyake Nuit DC. This is like Herod, except not quite as strong. I don't know if it's not worth inflated prices. I went out of my way to purchase this. I paid too much for it, I think. I had Herod as well at the time. I've sold Herod. Not that Herod's a bad fragrance. I just have another fragrance that I think performs better, and it smells almost the same. This is not it. I'll get into that in another video. By an Egyptian house, Middle Farming Mill, called Trajan Extreme. Great fragrance. But this one right here, think of Issey Miyake if they did Herod. And that's essentially what you're going to get here. If you can find this one for a good price, pick it up, try it for a good price. If you can find a decant or a sample, try that first though. Like I said, I'm cheating, so I'm throwing some fragrances that aren't in the made list in there, but I'm trying to give you guys some options. Next, we've got Guerlain L'Homme Idéal Extreme. This is a wonderful tobacco plum scent. Hype beast, huge hype beast. This is one that I will say I don't think was worth the hype. Is it great? Is it outstanding? Absolutely. But when I first purchased this was being hailed as the next coming of fragrance Jesus or something. I remember when I got it and I sprayed it, I thought that's nice, but I couldn't understand why people were freaking out like they were. It's grown on me a little bit more, and I will say that I do find myself wearing it more. I don't get a very good performance out of this. I get maybe 4 hours out of it, and then it's gone. A lot of people say it's beast mode. I don't get that. That's not my experience with it. But at the same time, I still love it. It's still great. So give this a shot if you haven't already. If you can find it for a good price, or try a sample, or get a decant. Next, we've got Bentley For Men Absolute. This is essentially Gucci Pour Homme 1, perfumed by the same perfumer, Ambre. I don't know that you would say it's a clone. It's quite similar. It smells amazing. It's not $500 a bottle. So, I mean, I think that's a big plus. You can get this for anywhere between $30 and $50, depending on when you look. That's it. It smells great. It's outstanding. It's very comforting when I wear it. It's classy. It's just a great scent. So, hey, give this a shot if you haven't already. Let's see on this one, for notes, pink pepper, olibanum, papyrus, sandalwood, oud, amber, moss. Like I said, clone of Gucci Pour Homme 1, even though I really wouldn't call it a clone, even though that's technically what it is, I guess. But yeah, I mean, most people are not going to be able to afford a original. If you're going to spend $500 on that, try this first. You know what I mean? Just so you can get when you love this and you can't live without it, then pull the trigger. You know what I mean? So try it. Next, we've got Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is outstanding. I smelled this in Fragrance Outlet, Jeffersonville, Ohio, when I was doing some shopping with my family. This is essentially like Mercedes-Benz take on Spiritus Double V by Guerlain. Bergamot, incense, jasmine, vanilla, benzoin woods, and ambroxan. This lasts forever. I smelled this, and this to me smells like a vanilla tobacco. Tobacco is not listed, but I used to work in an area with confectionaries and tobaccos. And the humidor, you go in and you get certain tobaccos that had that vanilla flavor. That's what it smells like. I can't get enough of this. And it lasts forever. It's very strong. So if you go heavy on the trigger on this and you're around a lot of people and they're not used to fragrances, they're probably going to be mad. So you may want to go easy on it. Give it try it first before you decide to go all the way crazy with it. Next, you got this one, which is the ugliest bottle I have in my collection. This is Philipp Plein Elements. This is a ridiculous bottle. The ad campaign is ridiculous. You look it up. Look up the ad campaign. Check out Ashton's videos where he's reviewed this fragrance and he's gone over the ad campaign. Ashton over Jensen's. You look at this. This is like a pair of clown shoes. This is a ridiculous looking bottle, but the scent is actually really good. It's really, really good. It kind of reminds you a little bit of Gucci Guilty Absolute, but you've got watery notes: anise, cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, chocolate, vanilla, incense, amber, leather, oud, patchouli. This is a dark, chocolatey, slightly medicinal experience, I guess you could call it. And this is very misleading. So the bottle's terrible. The bottle's, yeah, it's hilarious. But the scent is amazing. So try this. If you haven't tried this, if you're one of those people that's just not going to buy it because of the bottle, I totally get you, because I didn't for a while. I heard people go on and on about it, so I finally pulled the trigger and I'm satisfied with it. It's pretty good. So that's the main list. I do have some honorable mentions. These are a little bit harder to get. This is Eddie Bauer Adventurer. This is very nostalgic for me because this is one my dad and I used to wear. My dad and I didn't speak for about 10 years, and then recently his health started failing and we reconnected. And this is one of my favorites still to this day. It's probably just nostalgia. I know a lot of people, review this and say this is generic. I don't think it's generic at all. I really don't. This has got a lot of character. It's classy. It just doesn't smell like, to me, it just doesn't smell like it was released by Eddie Bauer. It just doesn't. Now, I was wearing this in high school. This is a very old fragrance, but it's outstanding. Green notes, citrus, marigold, geranium, pine, tobacco, sandalwood. This is pine heavy. I love pine though. It's phenomenal. And it's just so good. It's, like I said, it is mature. It is older, but there's just something about it that just kills me. Another option, I've heard people say Gallivant Tokyo smells like this. I haven't smelled that though. I'd like to eventually get a sample of that. So keep this in mind. You know, if you see this for a good price, pick it up, guys, because even if you don't like it, you can flip this easy. Because these, now you got to watch out because a lot of people are doing aftershaves for $200. This is not an aftershave. This is the EDT cologne. And these are very, very expensive to find. So don't pay out of the nose for it. You know, if you find a carded sample or something, give it a try. And, you know, you probably won't wear it that much. If you end up loving it, then pull the trigger. I had to have it because my dad still has his bottle. Next, Fendi Assoluto by Fendi. This is kind of a sleeper. This is discontinued, as is, I believe, every single Fendi men's fragrance now. And really, all of them were good. So it's frustrating to see them do that. It really is. Pink pepper, oud, patchouli, vetiver, popanax, tonka, some citrus. This is a leathery fragrance that kind of reminds me of Dark Rebel without the Castoria, without the animalic notes. It's very good. Longevity's pretty good. I'd say 6-7 hours with this, which is pretty good. So give this a shot. If you find this for a good price, give this a try. A couple more here. This is Avant Garde by Lanvin. This is an outstanding fragrance. A lot of people, you may have seen this. This is pretty hyped. This was pretty hyped back in the day. Discontinued now. It is still available. You can still find this. You got to make sure you get a bottle that's not leaking, or if you do get a bottle and it's leaking, make sure it stays upright. Don't, be easy with it. Mine is not leaking, which I'm very thankful for. And this is an outstanding, almost like a hay-like tobacco, not shirty hay tobacco, but just like a powdery tonka tobacco. It's light, it's airy. I get pretty good longevity with it. Not great, but for what it is, it was great. I got a great price on it too. If you can find this for a good price, try it. We've got pepper, juniper, bergamot, lavender, cardamom, nutmeg, tonka, benzoin, amber, vetiver. This is an outstanding one. It really is. So give it a shot. Slightly floral, I would say. You're going to get some floral notes, but it's very classy. It's just really, really good. It's really, really good. But watch out for, if you find this for a good price, make sure it's not leaking. Obviously, try sample if you need to. Lastly, on the honorable mentions, Paco Rabanne 1 million Prive. Yeah, this is a hype beast. I know. But this is outstanding, guys. If you can find this for a good price, pick it up. This is not 1 million, like just, as youthful as you can get. It's youthful, but this reminds me of 1 million, like a 1 million style apple pie. Cinnamon, mandarin, orange, tonka myrrh, patchouli, tobacco. This is an outstanding one. I've gotten probably more compliments on this one than I have on any other fragrance on this list except for Jazz Hub. This one's very mass appealing. For a style of fragrance, a tobacco style fragrance with dark notes, it's very mass appealing. It's a pretty good compliment getter. It's expensive now. If you can find this for a good price, swipe it up. Even if you don't like it, like I said, you'll be able to sell it. You're not going to doubt very seriously. You're going to lose money on this, but this is an outstanding one. I do find myself reaching for this quite a bit. I don't as much anymore because my discontinued ones, I kind of like to wear sparingly, and when you have a good amount of fragrances, it's easy to throw them in rotation and find other ones to wear. So anyways, guys, that's my list for this week. That was the top 10 designers of my collection, designers for holidays, the holiday season. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for stopping in. Subscribe, support the channel, please. And I'll be coming out with some more content very soon. Next list probably is going to be a niche version of this, I would say. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody being here. Please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you have something to add to this list, by all means, please do. Tell me what you like about it. If you disagree, tell me what you think on some of these fragrances that I listed here. If you have any suggestions for the channel, any ideas, please hit me up. Let me know. Anyways, guys, thank you. So this is Jason again, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.